Hi guys, just want to start off by talking about like my first ever computer console. I was about 3.5, 4 years old, which would take us back to about 1981 to 1982. Yeah, about 1982 sort of thing. And it was basically, believe it or not, it's made out of wood. The first one I had was made out of wood. It didn't even have a cartridge slot. You couldn't put a cartridge in it. You couldn't put games in it. It had the games in it. You know, it had like 10 of them. It had tennis. It had, which I played a lot. And I still like tennis. It had football. It had volleyball. It had all sorts of weird stuff. But it was still the same. It was just bat and ball. You know, bats going up and down. Like you twist. You just like twist clockwise and the bat would go down, twist anti-clockwise, the bat would go up. There's two controllers and you couldn't even plug them in. They were actually wired straight into the console, which is really bizarre. And yeah, that was it. So you'd be there like 2-player. I think maybe if you're on the right hand side of the screen you'd go anti-clockwise to go up, and if you're on the right hand side, like the one player on this side, you go clockwise and it would go up. So it's kind of like you could kind of work it out that way. And yeah, and it was quite amazing because the ball would bounce around, but it was actually square. It wasn't a round ball, right? It was a square block, right? It was a pixel. It was a pixel. It was square, but it didn't bounce around like a square box. It actually bounced around like a ball would, you know, with the angles and however fast you went up with the thing, it would knock it this way, and it was quite clever in that respect, you know. And that was really interesting. Then after that I had well, my first one was a ZX Spectrum. I had a computer, ZX Spectrum 40. No, I had the 16K first, which was touchpad. I think it was a 4K memory, and you put a 16K RAM pack in the back. If you didn't, the computer wouldn't work. Basically, you put this other RAM pack in the back, and it would work. That was a 16K, and then I had a 48K with rubber keys. Then when that came out, there was the first console that had cartridges was the Atari 2600, and there was also a 4600 as well. One of them had Atari Warriors, and one of them had like Centipede. And that, I think it's the 2600 had Centipede. The 4600 had Atari Warriors and the more advanced games. And that was when the Amstrad was started to become, and the Commodore 64 as well. But this is, look, this is a Spectrum. Like, listen to this loading. This is what I had to listen to. Ready for this? Listen. This is what we had to put up with. We had to wait for the game to load, and sometimes it would crash. Like, you wait like about 4 minutes, it would crash just at the end. You'd be just like, no. You had to get like a special tape recorder that had the bass just at the right level and the tone and everything, just to get the computer to understand what was going on. And then, oh, okay, you get the gist of it. Sounds like a tune actually, like listen. This is Manic Miner, the first ever computer game that I played. It was on the Spectrum. Let me show you that, hold on. You just collect loads of keys for one door in the bottom right corner. So you collect all the keys and go back to the door, bolt these drop down. Let's go right to the top, there are icicles and stuff. Let's get into that door right in the corner, see? You go to the next level. Computer games, eh? And then I think I had the Amstrad, and then I had a Nintendo, the first Nintendo, with Zelda and you know, Mario Bros and stuff like that. and then at the same time as that, I had the Sega Mega Drive, the Sega Master System. Sorry, the Master System came out at that time as well. I know Alex Kidd and stuff like that, Shinobi, and then after that was like the Mega Drive came out, Sega Mega Drive. And I think it must have been, it was a Super Nintendo. They came out sort of one after another sort of thing, and it's just escalated from there. And but the thing is, the point I'm trying to make on this video, and I'll make this really quick now, is from the age of from 3 to about 10 years old, or 9 or 10, so in them 6 years, it was a real slow progress of how the computers and everything, evolution, made progress. But from the age of about 10, it's just got quicker and quicker, up till the age of 17, 18, and it's just getting faster now. Like, the whole technology is evolutionarizing so fucking quick. It's going faster and faster. Like, the games now just fucking blow my mind to pieces. I find them very hard to play, but I still give them a shot, Anyway, take care, be